Gabba the game night, Gabba the game night, Gabba the game night, yeah.
Hey, it's Gabba the Game Night here, and I am playing some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Madden Fantasy, but I'm not playing. He is. So why is this on Gabba the Game Night, you may ask? Because I felt like it.
Episode 1, the first turnabout.
Yay! The first tournament. That's Larry BUTZ.
Are you ready?
Yes. You'll meet him soon enough.
And his brother Harry?
I've already taken the skeptic's voice. You might want now.
All I did was gasp. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Well, yeah, I figured.
No, not her. She's dead.
Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I didn't mean to skip that so fast. I'll make it look like he did it. Has that guy got a bullet hole in his head?
No.
You could be the narrator.
August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Boy, am I nervous. Do I have to do the girls too?
Most of them, at least.
Can they be British?
This one I feel like that fit. She's not technically British, but oh well.
Right. Oh, hiya, Chief.
Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed.
I'm gonna be the judge, though.
Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way that I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. You want to give me a clue?
This might be Larry.
It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over!
Is that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh!
Oh, beautiful.
I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die!
Beautiful.
It sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah. This is the guy whose voice I just did.
Yeah!
Look, if you want me to make a choice blind...
That's Larry, but I told you it was on the cover was Larry.
Nick!
I mean, I don't think it doesn't fit him.
Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over! I'm finished! Finished! I can't live in a world without her! I can't!
Oh god, Larry's gonna peek the mic every time he builds. He's gonna be the top of the series.
Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. I mean, it's in parentheses, so I guess he's thinking that, right?
Yes.
My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
This girl's dead. Her blood is seeping into the cracks of the wood.
A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry BUTZ, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do.
Yeah. We gotta clear the butts. August 3rd.
Wipe the
10
butts
a.m.
clean.
District Courtroom, number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry BUTZ.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Ascertain.
Shut up.
Sorry. Yes, Your Honor. Ooh. Hands shaking. Palms sweaty. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry BUTZ, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. There's a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh, the victim, of course. I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it at any time.
The R button? I forgot to bring it! I'm only wearing my trans pride button!
Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Press the R button to open the court record. Press A, and I think you can look at it closely, maybe. Not that one. Oh, it doesn't matter, it says. What was his name?
The victim's name is Cindy Stone. I didn't really think it was Cinderblock. I know this game has punny names, but Cinder's not really
I
a
mean,
name.
it could have been, honestly. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently.
Pull out your Game Boy Advance and press the R button. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. BUTZ, to the stand.
You're about to do a lot of talking.
Chief, what do I do now?
You're already doing a lot of talking.
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
I mean, Jesus, Phoenix, you have no idea what a lawyer does. What do I do now?
Warning, everyone in these games are dumbasses.
Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
There's like 2 competent people in these games.
I'm glad I took your advice and went with my normal voice for Phoenix, though.
Yeah.
That makes it a little easier. Ahem. Mr. BUTZ, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped! She just wasn't taking my phone calls, or seeing me, ever! What's it to you anyway? Mr. BUTZ, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. Judgmental much? It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Ms. Stone was. Tell me, Mr. BUTZ, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dude! Nick! What do you mean, irrelevant? Why does he keep calling me Nick? I thought my name was Phoenix.
It is. He calls you Nick.
Like Phoenix?
He calls you Nick. That's all I know.
That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this!
Let's continue the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Didn't work all that well last time, so I feel like I should try it again. Send him a signal. Lie like a dog.
Wait, I told him to stop from answering, not lie. Well, see, it's like this.
Well,
I don't remember.
Technically, I think you stopped him from answering, honestly.
I meant to just stop him from answering, period. Like, objection, my client doesn't need to answer that. You know?
Yeah.
He pleads the fifth, or whatever.
You don't remember? Oh, wait, I don't know where that came from. Oh, sorry, Your Honor, you don't remember? I'm still doing it terribly. Well, then, we'll just have to remind you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that
A
day.
witness? Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
It's a wide-eyed judge.
Yes.
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order, order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawhit to the stand.
I feel like maybe I should have given him Larry's voice at this point.
Mr. Sawhit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes!
Mr. Sawhit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Oh, no.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
You know, Finks told him to lie. Incidentally, Why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Added to court record. Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right. Fuck, Phoenix, what did you do in law school?
Law school? What's that?
Have you never even watched an episode of Law and Order? Jesus, man. Wait, I have to do stuff? I thought I was just gonna stand here and look cool.
Look, Mia's the only competent character in this entire series.
All right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do?
And maybe Edgeworth.
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying?
No, he was telling the exact truth.
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence.
Here's a key.
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Like it's a bad dog. Like, bad dog, why did you mess on the carpet?
He just pulls out the autopsy and puts that rubbing it on this.
Okay. Open the court record with the R button, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
You know, from your Game Boy Advance. They both you.
How are we doing on time?
Nearly 20-ish.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead.
Haven't I already done this?
Yeah, this is testimony. You can go between different parts of the testimony, and if that's all to present, I believe it still shows you the court record before you actually present anything. So you look through your evidence and look at his testimony and find contradictions.
So do I have to do his voice again? For this
Not if
part?
you don't want to.
I quelled and frightened, found myself unable to go. I'm Phoenix reading it. But would he be reading it? Would he be reading his note? I don't know.
No idea.
I quelled and frightened, found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant, sitting right over there.
That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
Well, he said he wouldn't go in, but he used the phone inside, so...
So you can't contradict his own statement with his own statement. You have to use evidence to contradict.
But he just contradicted himself.
Sorry, you can't do that. Look, sometimes...
Sorry, real life and logic don't apply here.
Look, sometimes it's a lot dumber than that. It's like, he said he stabbed the person with the knife, but this other person's fingerprints are all over the knife.
Alright, attorney's badge. Okay. Time of death between... Oh, well, that's the problem. She died between 4 and 5 p.m.
And then you gotta go to the specific part in his dialogue and present it.
Then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court.
Scrolling through. X to present.
Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Side, Why are you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one.
You've got it.
Oh, am I doing the same thing again?
Yes.
Okay.
This is one of the main gameplay loops.
So this is just the same testimony again.
Yes. Is that find with statement to present evidence at.
Well, that's easy enough. There was a blackout. There couldn't have been something playing on the TV.
Yes. Never go to the specific
I didn't even need to look at that, did I?
No. He didn't know what evidence to present.
Probably there.
Yeah. There may be multiple statements you can present it at. Sometimes there is saying that.
I think I'll go with that one.
But sometimes it seems like you should present it on one statement, but it's actually different.
Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait! I remember now!
Mr. Sawit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony. Once more, please.
You seem a little flustered yourself there,
I talk
Judge.
very well. Shut up. I'm the judge. The time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly.
Cross-examination.
Okay, he didn't hear it. He saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. It was the murder weapon. Must have been what he saw.
Now, find the contradiction.
Okay. It doesn't even say it's a clock.
Mm-hmm.
It just says it's a statue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's gotta be it, right?
Present it.
I'm going to! I gotta get to that
Okay.
part! Jeez!
Technically, you don't need to scroll the whole thing before you look through.
Okay, what do? Options?
Well, no, you need to go to the dialogue. I'm just saying you don't need to go through all the dialogue every time.
Okay.
Okay. The thinker. What you thinking about?
Wait just a moment!
How it's gonna kill someone?
The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock!
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock, after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
I mean, I didn't see anything else I could object to. Should I object? Should I say I have problems?
Think about it. Think about exactly what he said. And think about the statue.
He said he saw the time, and they said the statue only says the time, so I guess I could get him on that.
Any small contradiction, that's what you're going
Your
for.
Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. See, I knew that was going to come back. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he... Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you were one of her sugar daddies. Be frank with us, Mr. Saw It. Frank? I'm always frank.
Your Honor, we have complete records of the victim's relationships. Mr. Frank Saw It does not appear anywhere.
Oh, really?
Please, Mr. Wright. Is "huh" the best response you can muster up? Try to refrain from making off-the-cuff accusations in the future.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me think this over. The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying!
Because you're lying.
You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order on the court.
I'll have a cheesesteak and fries.
Sorry, not allowed. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here's this picture I took.
Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
I am very based. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death.
Going like heavy metal, that. Order on the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright.
Your Honor?
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... We don't have any neighbor's testimony that I know of.
Think about everything you've heard up to this point.
You're making me feel like I'm missing something super obvious.
I'm not sure how obvious it is for a first-time player. I know this case very well. I haven't played this case for the first time in a long time. What's your current thoughts on it? The thing you're looking for may not be in evidence.
Okay, I'm not saying it is. What's the bar up in the top corner?
Oh, that's your kind of health bar.
Mm-hmm.
If you present wrong evidence, you'll lose. You'll
Am
get
I
a
currently
penalty.
low or high?
You're currently very high. Yeah, max.
Okay.
You're currently very high right now, Phoenix. Right?
I did. My first case.
What's your current thoughts on the options?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know what the batteries. Why would we examine the clock's batteries? I mean, the time could have been off, so maybe the batteries are slowing down. I mean, neighbor certainly could have heard something, but at the same time, we have no neighbor testimony. I'm afraid if we try standing the clock's just gonna be like, fuck off.
If we try sound the clock, what do you think he'll say?
I mean, I assume it would say the time. It would either keep saying the wrong time, or it's gonna say 3 hours behind the current time. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. You can be the clock.
Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
And judge with his facial reactions. Is something going on under that desk? Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. God, 11:25, I had stuff to do today.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawett heard and the actual time of death. So... Oh, that's Phoenix. Sorry. So, Mr. Sawett, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha ha ha! You forgot one thing! Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. White, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Indict.
Why is that indict? Why is that C in it?
Because that's how it's spelled.
It's like I thought it was indict, but then I saw a C and I was like, why would there be a C in indict?
Oh crap, did I lose?
Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawett.
Yes, Your Honor. Down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! Almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Game over.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawett. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Sure. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. White, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Ta! Enough words! Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see you press the R button to present evidence. Let's see, there's evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Why are you doing that? So why was the clock running slow, huh?
Do what?
Why was the clock running slow, huh?
I mean, it wouldn't be the... Oh, it could be the blackout, though. But I'd have to have battery backup. That doesn't make sense. I mean, they mentioned the batteries earlier. Is it the batteries?
Does the clock have batteries?
Well, it's got to have something to run on.
Also, just saying, there's one piece of evidence that I don't think you have presented yet.
So you're going to present more than one thing.
No, it's out of all these pieces of evidence, not including your Tony badge. You've presented 3 of them already.
Okay. Yeah, the only one I haven't presented is your passport. But how would that prove the clock is running slow?
When you go to another place, changing the clock.
But 3 out of Paris isn't... Oh, wait, I forgot this isn't... Is this America? Where are we?
This is America.
Well, Paris ain't fucking 3 hours different than America.
Well, what is Paris different?
Like 8? It's like 8 hours ahead.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't add up.
Remember, this clock doesn't say AM or PM.
Fair enough.
It just says the time.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours.
You're close.
When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead was in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
He's dead.
He just went rabid.
Order, I say! Order me a burger.
And I can't get my cheesesteak?
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
Yeah, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor. I have to say.
I have to say. I have to say, okay?
Sure.
You don't have to say anything, Phoenix. I'm the judge. I speak well.
I'm the judge. I speak for the trees.
I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Even though it seems like you have to find the true culprit or else you're guilty.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, there's only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry BUTZ, not guilty. Confetti.
So, no jury trials here?
Nah, he's the judge and the jury. There's a fucking.
I mean,
people
usually have a
watching
jury
the
trial
court.
for a murder, but...
There's a people watching the court here. And with that, this court is adjourned. He's the judge and the jury.
Is the executioner as well. It turns out that Frank Salt was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Salt let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Salt grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. I mean, he could have just run, probably.
Oh, yeah. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
I still can't believe we won.
Right, good job in there.
Now the courtroom is filled with confetti.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial and on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over!
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... No, never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry BUTZ, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no. I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present.
The motor weapon.
A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her.
I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this?
Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick!
His face on his heels.
Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry?
Larry.
Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend?
By pressing R to open up the court record.
Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
Yeah, you can present evidence outside court.
She died for you, bro.
What proves that she loved him?
The fact that she kept the clock and took it with her?
Yes. And honestly, I got these wrong. Like 9% of the time when I first played, I was dumb.
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick! I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks!
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. I'm going to be a Force ghost now. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent BUTZ.
Yeah!
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Thanks for watching this episode of Gabba the Game Night. Like and subscribe. Good job, Vissy. And most importantly,
Objection!
good night.
Gabba the game night, Gabba the game night, Gabba the game night, yay. Come on and watch him play games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.